I wish I had a cigarette for you. Okay, don't feel nervous, don't feel the camera. So, I was in prison for 10 years. I struggle with addiction. And whenever I first became an addict, I just felt hopeless. You know, like childhood trauma and shit like that, you know, like fucks you up when you're little, right? I was raped at the age of 6 by my brother. Like life's crazy, right? So I went into addiction. I got strung out on heroin and then got sent to prison for 10 years. So I get it. Okay, I get where you're at right now. And I don't want to talk to you just like as someone who's judging you. I want you to know I've been where you are and that I love you. You know? So what's your story? I know you might. Are you too high for this shit right now?
No.
Okay.
I'd say at the age of like 5, my older brother kind of started beating me up.
Yeah.
I found out he's not really older than me, he's younger than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He started beating me up, and then my mom kept jumping in between like husbands, and I ended up, basically I started using at the age of like, I started smoking cigarettes at about like 10.
Yeah.
And then I'd always wanted to be with someone. I ended up dating when I was in 5th grade, but I was always in remedial school.
What's that?
Well, remedial is kind of like special ed.
Oh, okay. So you're like mental health and stuff?
Well, yeah, I had learning disabilities with reading. I couldn't enunciate words properly.
Okay.
And then I just learned differently. I'm more of a hands-on learner.
Me too.
As where other people are more like, the schools I were in, they were like visual and audio learners.
Yeah.
Where like you just like write it on the board and they're like, oh yeah.
Right.
Not like hands-on, like, oh, like if I were to do math, I'd probably pick up like a rock and be like, oh my god, I have one singular rock while I have one singular stick. Right. And then it'd be like, oh no, now I have 2 singular sticks.
Right. You're a visual learner. Yeah. And so that's, did you struggle with that?
Yeah, I struggled in school with that. And then I'm usually a very quiet person. Yeah. Unless I get to know people.
Yeah. When did you get into addiction?
No.
Yeah, we're just chilling. We're just having a conversation. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I was not talking to him about that. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
No, so, like, at what age did you start using?
Like I said, it was about like 13.
Late 13?
I started drinking.
Yeah. And then meth and stuff?
No, I didn't get into that till I was about like 21.
Really?
To be honest.
Oh,
however,
wow. Yeah, me too. 21.
I was force-fed, yeah, I know. I was force-fed Adderall, and then I ended up having Concerta.
Yeah.
And Concerta goes up to like 60 milligrams, as where the Adderall, it's through.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get that.
As whereas Adderall is like 30 milligrams.
Okay.
So it's a higher dosage.
Right. So you got hooked on that first?
Not really. I never really liked doing it. It made me feel numb inside. But I remember at about the age of 13, I put a shotgun in my mouth and I was going to kill myself. But I ended up growing out of it.
That's good.
And then I ended up going and moving in with my grandma. I would bounce in between my grandma's and my aunt's house throughout high school. I ran away when I was 17.
Yeah.
Dropped out.
This is only so close to you because of I need to hear you. That's the only reason, just so you know. Okay.
I dropped out of high school and got my GED, but I was always into I was always very creative. I thought of different things. Like I've thought of holograms to play Pokemon or like
that's dope.
Mario Kart in real life. Like you could put laser tag sensors in go-karts and a kill switch. Like you could
that'd
shoot
be dope.
it. Yeah.
Hell, wait, okay, so laser, that'd be sick.
Yeah. I also have a couple books that I wanted to write. I've been into music. But I've never really had opportunities to get in there.
Yeah.
I've been more of somebody that's wanted to go and be a housewife, basically.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I was younger, I stood up for gay people.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because my mom had ended up basically bad-mouthing them when I was younger.
Yeah.
She said she was saying something really wrong, and I walked up to her and I was like, what if one of your sons was gay? And she flat out lied to me and was like, I would love them, blah blah blah. I'm like, you were just bad mouthing them.
Are you gay?
I am transsexual.
Okay.
Out here when I'm living on the streets, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Well, at least not all the time.
You like to do drag?
It's not quite drag.
Oh, okay. You're just trans. So
yeah.
What do you identify as? Like, are you?
Technically, I'm trans species as well, but that's different.
Trans species?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, that's something that's more like personal.
Oh, okay, okay.
However,
like, so no, I get it. So like, some people identify, like I've read up on this, like some people identify as a different species, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You are you, and you identify with whoever the fuck you want to identify with. So what species do you identify with?
Well, I'd be like a rare red panda.
A fucking panda, bro?
As well as like a Valkyrie.
Okay, I like the panda better. That's dope.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mix of demonology, where it'd be like I'm a demongelical.
Oh, okay.
Which is like a mix of an angel and a demon. Like I'm not.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I'm not evil per se. Like people would say, like
I don't feel
what
like
I do is different from them. How I perceive that is, well, I would be evil to an evil person, so at least there's that.
Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, evil to an evil person. There's a difference. You're not evil to people, to good people. Evil recognize evil, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel that like people deserve, like, if they're doing evil shit, there's nothing wrong. That doesn't make you an evil fucking person. You're not a bad person, bud, and like you're not. And whoever's ever fucking told you that you're a bad person or something's wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing fucking wrong with you. And whatever's happened in the past, like, it's in the fucking past, dude. Like we base our lives off of all this trauma and all the shit that fucking happens to us, and we take that on throughout our lives, and it's a constant replay in our brains all the fucking time. All those negative things that we were taught when we were younger, that what's wrong with us, why do we believe this, blah 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 blah, that's someone else's soundtrack going into our brains, right? And so then the rest of our lives we grow up thinking something's wrong with me, I'm different, I'm not good enough, I'm like all this bad fucking talk constantly, right? And no one's ever just been like, you are good, there's nothing wrong with you, like you are loved, and like you are good enough to be whoever the fuck you want to be.
Yeah. But I grew up with the grandma. She ended up owning a restaurant. That restaurant was Lulu's Homeport out there in Lake Bay. she passed away a couple years ago, and then after she passed away, my grandma basically left us some money. I haven't seen a cent of it.
Yeah.
My uncle has spent like $4,000 of it apparently, and then my older brother wants me to sign some contract in order to get the money, but I guarantee you the second I sign that contract, he's gonna keep the money.
Really?
Yeah, that's how.
Do you have an attorney?
I don't, but that's how I was just like,
you
fuck
don't.
it. I told my grandma I didn't want anything from her anyways.
Yeah, but if you have, so you have money waiting for you, right?
Nah, not really.
Oh, okay.
I don't consider me getting it.
Why?
There's nothing in the actual will that says that like I have to go to rehab or anything.
Oh, but they want you to go to rehab.
But they want me to go to rehab in order to get it.
Go to fucking rehab, dude. Look, I could get you
family.
into a fucking rehab,
But
and it's life changing.
The thing is I've been to rehab multiple times.
You've been to the wrong rehab,
and it's never really helped me.
You've been to the wrong.
I don't think drugs are worse than fucking eating. Like I really don't.
You don't have
because
to think
if you're eating an animal.
You don't have
carcass.
to think that drugs are wrong than eating. Look, drugs. We're on this earth for a purpose, but there's some people who do fucking drugs, and it changes our minds. Like it changes who we are. This right here, this man in front of you, this right here is what drugs do. Okay, there's nothing wrong with drugs. Some people can just pick up drugs, smoke some fucking, do some lines of blow and fucking be fine. Do it on the weekends. There's some people that drugs make us feel normal, and it's SUD, dude. Like that you have a substance abuse disorder. So do I. Like drugs at our baseline is different from another happy normal person's baseline. So when we do drugs, we feel the happiness that normal people just feel all the fucking time, and it's fucked up. And then this is what fucking happens because we just want to fucking feel normal. This is fucking what happens, and it's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's about being happy or whatnot. It's about having a different mindset or something.
Yeah, well,
it's
absolutely.
about basically getting out of your head or
right. That's what happiness is turning off that
sometimes.
fucking voice in your head, dude. That's pure happiness.
But technically, I've always wanted to be in a relationship.
You've never been in one?
I've been in multiple. I've always wanted to raise a family, but I'm more of a stay-at-home kind of person, where it's like I would rather take care of the house and the home than actually go do like heavy labor or work in a kitchen or work in an office. So it's a little different, and that's why it's like I'm actually transgender. I would be a girl if I could be. Yet, that being stated, even though, like, when I had an opportunity, that was one of the best opportunities I had, and I actually was excelling at it, and now I'm just kind of like floundering around.
Yeah.
Kind of living out here, but it's not that bad.
It's not that bad?
No, I find things to do.
What do you do?
For me, I hang out with people. I find them tents. I find them blankets. I take care of people out here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Where's your tent at?
I don't have one right now. Like I just got one, and then somebody stole it from me. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, where are you most of the time? Are you on this corner?
Not on this corner. Usually I'm like in between here and like down towards the north end.
So, do you have any resources? Like, do you go to any shelters or anything like that?
I don't really feel comfortable in shelters because,
Why?
because I'm transgender, so it's not like I sleep. I don't like sleeping on the men's side. I don't like sleeping on the women's side. And then the rules that they have there are just kind of bogus to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You just like living without rules?
It's not without rules. I have my own set of rules. There's just a difference.
Yeah, I get that.
Like I feel society has too many rules. Is what it is.
Yeah. So have you ever gone to like get any like mental health treatment or anything like that?
I got mental health treatment for my gender dysphoria.
Okay. What happened?
Well, technically, I have a letter stating that I can have my sex change.
Okay.
I actually did really well with that, but I would just need the money or...
Do you have insurance?
I do. I would have, like I was saying, I would have to have the money or I would have to be in a stable household or something.
Okay, so isn't that worth something, like, isn't that worth fighting for?
It depends on what you mean.
Like, isn't that something you want? So wouldn't you take actions to make that happen, such as getting housing, getting some kind of stability so you can have your sex change?
It depends on what kind of housing.
It depends on a lot, bro. Come on, man. Like, come on. Really? Like, let's be 100 with each other. I know it depends on the housing. I mean, what is it that you need right now? Like, what would change your lifestyle? Do you want to change?
It depends on the lifestyle.
You don't, it can be whatever lifestyle you want. I'm saying, do you want to not sleep on the streets anymore?
Well, there's a difference between sleeping on the streets and actually like sleeping in a house.
Well, I know that. I know that. No, I mean, what I mean is like, would you rather sleep out here than sleep in a house?
It depends. I mean, I like houses.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're saying like I have to work in an office or something, yeah, I'd rather not.
Well, you don't have to work in an office.
Or in a kitchen or like.
What kind of work would you want to do?
Like I said, I'm more of a homebody for that.
Oh, you just like to like be at home. You don't want to do housework. Yeah. Okay. Well, so would like a cleaning job? Like until that's too much
like
work?
I said, that there's a difference.
Oh, so just not much work?
It's not that it's not much work. I'd be the normal housewife if I could.
Well, that's not something that you can do right now. So what is it that you could do right now to, I mean, I don't know, like you're basing your life off of something like, I don't know. Is this where you are in your life? Like, is this what makes you happy? Like, are you happy? Are you content with your situation?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Okay, bud. Hey, do you want my number? I can bring you food or a tent.